Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Commanders. Well, it's update day and update 16.01, hot on the heels of that update 16, is going to be with us. The servers were down at 9 AM today on the 29th of the 8th, 2023. Now, this is an update. It's an update to the update. We're not really expecting any new content in this. This is a list of hotfixes, or fixes, as it were, to address the issues that have been reported to the community via their help desk and those that have been reported directly to the update 16. But saying that, you never know. Frontier are a bunch of cheeky monkeys when it comes to updates and releasing new content. But from the patch notes, it typically says, you know, these are hot fixes. Okay, so let's get through it then. The servers are currently down. They reckon they'll be back up at 1 o'clock British Standard Time, so a short update window. And we'll start off with the community issues of note that have been addressed. They say there's been multiple fixes made to mission Infiltrate the Data Link missions. This is where you fly towards a megaship and then infiltrate said data link. Okay, so they've fixed the mission text, which was incorrectly stating progress through the mission. All good stuff. The targeted megaship in question, where you go and infiltrate the data link to, is now correctly highlighted as a mission destination, and the mission title has been updated to better describe the task of the mission. It no longer says data link, data link. That's great, isn't it? Good job you didn't say data link, data link, data link. Try saying that a couple of times really quickly. And here is the key thing for these Infiltrate the Data Link missions, something that has really plagued everybody for a while. Only one mission that targets a megaship can now be held at a time. Now, commanders like myself would go and stock up on, megaship Infiltrate the Data Link missions at a station, seeing all those lovely materials and data that you could get for them for your engineering. You go, whoa, I'll stack it up. Only to find that you'll do one, get all excited, and then go and do a second one, and the megaship is not there. So you've got it in black and white. Only one mission that targets a megaship can now be held at a one time. And this fixes a game dynamic that has been plaguing people since these missions have actually been put into the game, probably some years ago. Up next, we have the letters VR involved. All this from a game that is not doing anything to promote VR in it. Anyway, it says a fix has been applied to prevent game crashes on startup in VR following update 16, and that's been attached to an issue ID. A fix has also been applied to prevent submissions from giving out incorrect rewards. A fix has also been applied to address instances where AX settlement restore power missions failed to complete. Now, we've all had that. How frustrating. But what exactly the fix is in regards to that, they haven't said. There is an issue ID, however, ID 59529, if you want to go and look it up. Other fixes, in order to address rubber banding when captain views gunner lasers, issue ID, and they give the issue ID. Not really had that one. But additional issues of note that have been addressed. Preventing coral sap from teleporting into the air after being shot off a coral tree. Now, these are the new Thargoid sites, the Thargoid growing sites, the nurseries, the barnacle matrix, as they've been called. There's also a crash that's been addressed that could happen if an unexpected communication with the server occurred just before engaging your ship's hyperdrive. Well, that sounds all very technical. Ship shields now reform to their current recharge level when entering normal space from supercruise, and they've fixed impounded ship release cost appearing in the UI as the ship transfer time. Cool! There's still something wrong with that ship impounding stuff, though. It has to be said. I just don't know what's going on with that sometimes. Fixed the duplication of nav panel distress signal after commanders would disembark and reboard their ship, and implemented a fix for the inability to be able to increase listing price of high value items by more than 5% in fleet carriers. They've had a look at search and rescue ships will no longer attempt to use repair limpets on damaged ships that are flying too close to the surface of a planet for them to confidently reach. This would result in announcements as limpet failed, limpet failed, limpet failed. Oh my god, how irritating was that? Now, in regards to the Thargoid ships will no longer get stuck outside starports because they're trying to engage targets, trying to seek safety on the inside. There's they're just relentless, aren't they? They were there hovering right there and trying to get into you. Thargoid scouts no longer fly away too quickly either when dropping off new revenants. And there was always something a bit fishy after update 16 with those revenants. We had quite a few problems when we had the live streams as well. They've had a look at interdictions, where during multi-crew sessions they could sometimes become stuck, and hatchbreaker limpets will now take better account of their target's velocity. So they'll keep up with what they're trying to hack. The ability for a collector limpet to handle obtaining items from ground has been improved. Good, because we saw that improve somewhat at the new Guardian/Thargoid conflict sites. I was able to fly over, let the limpets go, and pick up all those materials. If they've actually fixed that now, that could make collecting Guardian items less of a chore, having to trundle around in your SRV. And if you've got the Scarab, you've got 4 tons, and if you're mixing it up in the Scorpion, you've only got 2 tons, it can be a right pain in the bottom. You fly over that with a big enough ship, with a big enough cargo hold, with a load of limpets, and let rip, and then do the good old relog, then you're going to be absolutely laughing in Guardian materials. But the ability that they fix this, does this mean there's going to be a need for more Guardian materials? I mean, let's face it, when you look at the game at the moment, Guardian weapons inside a Proteus effect cloud, as we've been calling it, that green caustic guft that the Thargoids drop off, have made Guardian technology a little bit redundant, especially the weapons. Even though you can still mix it up with the weapons outside of these Proteus effect zones. You want to get in with the Titans, it's got to be good old metal human engineering. So are we going to see a need for more Guardian items? That's interesting. They've fixed squadron rank name changes. They've also looked at larceny missions, which will now allow you to consistently find the requested item. A rare issue when embarking your ship could disrupt the flow of a mission, potentially preventing it from being possible to then complete. Now, I think what they're talking about here, possibly, is the instancing, perhaps when you get to a mission. I don't know. That needs a little bit of science, and we'll science that up on a stream. And they've implemented a fix to address an issue with auto-launch, where the Imperial Cutter would miss the mail slot on station entry attempt. Well, that could be expensive. Ancient relics can no longer rise into the hovering or What? Ancient relics can no longer rise into hovering or landed ships. Ancient relics can no longer rise into hovering... I've not had that. I don't know what they mean. Ancient relics can no longer rise into hovering or landed ships. Don't know. A fix has been implemented for the French translation, get your onions out, for the Cobra Mark III's Meteor purple paint job, and implemented a fix for French translation of damage types in the outfitting UI. Fixes have been implemented for some grammatical errors in English and also Russian. And that seems to be the crux of update 16.01, which, as I said, followed on from update 16 of Elite Dangerous. It's been released today on the 29th of the 8th, 2023, and before you do anything, I back up your key bindings, just in case, and if you're looking for a video on that, it's on the channel. I've been Ricardo, and thanks for listening to my thoughts on update 16.01 from Elite Dangerous. I hope you found it very useful. I certainly did, and a couple of things that need to be looked at, for science, if you know what I mean. Take care, see you soon.